Hey guys, my name is Salah Fabumi, and if this is your first time watching my video and you are not subscribed, now is a fantastic time to subscribe to my channel. So today's video is going to be focused on doing a master's in the United Kingdom. I have a number of questions from my followers and I'm going to be answering them. But for those who know, I went to school at the University of East Anglia to do my master's, which is located in Norwich. I'm laughing because of my accent, but the long and short is I did my master's at the University of East Anglia, located in Norwich, and I'm here to just share, what the experience was like from the process of applying to even up until graduation, which we haven't even had 2 years later. It's 2021. I finished in 2019. I haven't been able to walk up on the stage to get that degree, but I have that degree already. But that's by the way. So first question is, how was the application process and what advice would you give? And as a matter of fact, the application process was one of the reasons I chose the University of East Anglia, because it was extremely easy. And I remember it entailed writing a personal statement, uploading my CV, uploading my transcript, and taking the IELTS. Unfortunately, when I got to university, I found out that I didn't have to take the IELTS. It was just a situation of the person I was speaking to from my department didn't have the knowledge that as an international student, if I did my degree in English and I have proof, I shouldn't have to write the IELTS. So definitely if you're applying, try to reach out to the international student body. I don't know if it's a body, it's an office actually. And if you're being asked to do IELTS from your department, definitely reach out to the office and see how they can help you clear that up. You may just need like a letter to clear the whole situation so you don't have to write IELTS. But the application process was pretty easy. I know they asked questions like, why do you want to study international development? How does your experience fit into what you want to study, and what would you do with that experience? I don't know if it was 3 questions or 1 question, but I know that my essay kind of captured all those 3 answers. So I spoke about what I've done, I spoke about why I want to study international development. I also spoke about what I would do with my degree. So obviously a lot of research would have to go into the personal statement writing process. Feel free to reach out to me and I'm happy to give you tips. But I don't think it's so difficult. It's just that sometimes it's a competitive process, so you want to have the best answers in your essay. But as an international student, the secret is that you already have a competitive edge, so don't worry too much about that. What advice would I give? So my advice would be, definitely if you're being asked to write the IELTS, stand your ground. Tell them you got lectured. I'm assuming you're just going for a master's and you've done your first degree. Tell them you got lectured in English, you speak English, and reach out to the international office and see how they can help you, because they do give out support to international students. How did I pick a discipline, and must it be related to my first degree? Honestly, I picked out my degree based on my job at that point in time, and I was just like, okay, if I want to have a degree, I'd rather have a degree that is, strong in something that is a strong subject in the international community, in quotes. And international development at that point in time was something that I felt was on the rise, and I was doing my research. A lot of people were advising me to do international development. I know I did an internship a couple of years back. I spoke to a few of the leads within the organization and they advised me, definitely do a master's in international development. So do international development and try to specify, maybe do international development and something. But as the person that I am, I just did international development, but it's possible for you to be more specific, and I'll definitely advise you to be more specific in whatever you decide to master in. And the good thing is you can choose different courses while you're on campus. So as much as you want to focus on something or you don't want to focus on something, I feel like just choosing a program that has that focus, in quote, just gives you the opportunity to say, I have a master's in communication and XYZ. How did I pick a discipline? I've told you I was advised to pick international development based on my work experience and, my career goals. In terms of would I pick international development again, I think I would be more courageous to follow my heart, and I know that my heart is in media, my heart is in communications. So definitely, if I have a chance to go back to school, I will try. I'll try to be more courageous and just follow my heart and do that thing that I'm really passionate about. I'm passionate about international development, but I know I'm more passionate about media and communication. So maybe next time, if I have the opportunity, I'm sticking to my guts and what I'm passionate about. The next question is, must it be related to my first degree? So I studied international relations, and my next degree was international development. By force, I have to be international. I will say no, it must not be related to your first degree, but at the same time, you don't want it to be too far off, in the sense that you're going to be applying to jobs and being as realistic as possible. And you're going to have employers ask you the question, oh, you studied electronics engineering in your first degree. Why did you move to international development for your master's? And you need to have a compelling story. So as much as you want to follow your heart, I don't know if this is good advice, but this is what I feel. As much as you want to follow your heart, on paper you want it to make sense. You understand? If you're going to spend a whole year on campus reading and cracking your head, might as well just do something that on paper it looks really good. And I know it sounds like I'm being very contradictory, but I'm just sticking to facts because you want to think about your career goals. But the long and short is, you must not do something that is strongly related to your first degree. But what I'll say is, you need to be able to have a compelling story. So even in the application process, you're going to get asked, why did you study this in your first degree, and you're going to another side of the of the arts or another side of the sciences. You need to have a compelling story. So do they offer scholarships in the University of East Anglia? As a matter of fact, they do offer scholarships. And if you're an international student like myself, you would know that we pay an arm and a leg more than local students. And that's a story for another day. So if you have the opportunity to apply for a scholarship, I'll say go for it. And if you are even given a scholarship, yes, be thankful, but I'll also like to say it's your right. I know it sounds crazy, but I 100% believe it's your right, because we're all in school. Already being an international student is as expensive. You apply for visas, you have to pay for your flight, and then the exchange rate is off the chain, and then you're still being asked to pay double local students. I reserve my opinion, but definitely they do give scholarships. And the University of East Anglia, they match your scholarship according to what you graduated with in your first degree. I'm being very careful with my words because that's what I observed in 2019 or 2018 when I was there. So I graduated with a 2-1 upper, 4.34 something, and I was given a £5,000 scholarship off. And even with that, I still wasn't paying the same rate as local students. So if you're given a scholarship, yes, be thankful, but sis, bro, it's your right. And did I get a scholarship? Yes, I've just mentioned that I got a scholarship. So in terms of applying for scholarships, even if you apply and they give you like a particular percentage off and you are not happy with it, feel free to reach out to them to find out that, do they have other options for scholarships. And I know that there is a scholarship page on the website. The key for scholarships is you have to apply on time, you have to meet the requirements, and from what I noticed, they are definitely looking for people that have strong first degrees, like they graduated with a strong result in their first degree. This is for master's level, but don't let that deter you. Don't let that discourage you. Look out on their scholarship website. There's a bunch of people that are giving money targeted at maybe someone who fits your description. So I'll say look out on the website and just remain hopeful. I'd also say apply to a number of universities. You just never know what university will give you the best scholarship. And yeah, when do applications open? Unfortunately, I can't answer that question because I cannot remember. I know that it didn't take so long. It is possible that I applied the year before, and then I think like November, December, and then I heard back in February, and then like from February till April, I was trying to sort out a few things like my transcript, my CV, and the rest, and write IELTS, rolling my eyes, even though I didn't need to write it, and then apply for my visa. So it's a whole process, but I would say if you plan on going like next year, it's always great to start early. Give yourself a head start, because if you have a job, you also need to like start to round up things at your place of work, and you also have to plan and budget for your finances. So now we've come to the end of the application process video and the questions you may have. In general, I'll say as much as you want to apply to somewhere that is easy, I would say push yourself, apply to top 10 universities. Just make yourself out there, apply for scholarships, Chevening, Commonwealth, like just put yourself out there. You just never know. Speak to people, reach out to people. I've had a couple of people reach out to me through LinkedIn, through Instagram, through YouTube, because they know I went to the University of East Anglia and they're asking for advice. And I'm more than happy to help. And I know that there's a couple of people that I'm more than happy to help. So I'll say reach out to people on campus, reach out to lecturers that you like what they're doing. And yeah, everything will go well. So are we good? I think we are good. I hope you enjoyed this video. There's a part 2 speaking about university life itself, and yeah, make sure you watch that video and share with someone that may be interested.